Hello everyone, and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hi everyone.
We are back with part 10 of our Dragon Quest Let's Play.
That we are.
And yeah, so we are just moving on along.
Yep.
Still trying to beat that dragon.
Yeah, we tried again. It didn't go so well.
Yeah, as you remember if you were here last
Right.
time.
We did make a lot of progress though, because we got the second very important item in the game, which is the Staff of Rain. And
Yeah.
we got the Stone of Sunlight.
Yeah.
Because if I remember one person's playthrough, those are crucial items to...
Yeah. But thanks for being patient with us. We will eventually get to the point where we start moving forward.
Right. That is true. But we did get a little stronger. We got some better items. I think eventually it will go and get us a better equipment.
Yeah.
But we're now at the point where fighting the slimes is a breeze.
Yeah. Because a lot of them don't stick around.
Yeah.
And those that do, it's just like, touch. Ah!
Yeah, exactly. Yep, like this.
Yeah.
And we got a magical spell that makes it easier for us to go through the caves. But it did take a lot of gold out of us, both the shopping we did and getting killed, so...
Yeah. And yeah, we basically decided if we cannot get the original NES copies, we will probably play them on the Switch.
As an option, yeah.
As ports, but
Right.
we're not gonna give up. We are gonna look.
No, yeah, exactly.
We should probably go to our usual store again. Well, both of them. We should go to both of our usual stores. We could even, if we're feeling really,
Never seen a magician run away till now.
yeah, if we're feeling really, what's the word, adventurous? Adventurous.
Probably it.
We could go to the one, where was that one, in Towson?
Yeah, save point, I think. Near the...
No,
that's
it's not Save
not.
Point.
You're right.
Rest in peace, Save Point.
Sorry.
I think Save Point's the one that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called though. It's got that dinosaur as its mascot. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. It's been a while, but...
Yeah. Because I do think people have kind of wisened up to donating their video games to Goodwill.
Yep.
Because I have not seen any lately. But that one time, somebody did leave one that looked like a very good game, and I snagged it up. Because, it's a game that even now is, like, being sold for like $49. Somebody just donated it to Goodwill, and I spent like $4 on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a steal. That is a very good steal.
So I'm like, this probably won't happen again. Because most of the time at Goodwill you just find, like, sports titles, really old sports titles that...
Yeah, World Cup 2010, John Madden 2011.
That, cost like $2 at the retro game stores. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you get it at Goodwill or the retro game stores, they cost the same to buy. Because they're just mass produced, and you know how it is.
I do know how it is.
With some exceptions, they're pretty much all the same game. matches with different players.
Yep.
And I guess that's what they do. They buy them when they're relevant, when the athletes are playing and it's like that year or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a sports fan, but I'm guessing that's what they do.
In its heyday, yeah. And it's a little sad because it's kind of wasteful if you think about it.
Yeah.
The economic advice that I received back in the day, because I had some sports that I liked to play video games of, was to only buy the next sports game after 3 or 5 years after the last one.
Well, yeah, if you buy every single year, that's kind of just a waste of money.
Yeah, it is.
And when you trade them in, they're probably not worth that much.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in the very, very beginning, when GameStop did trade-ins that were actually worth it, but they quickly realized they were being too generous, I guess. And unless you had a brand new game to trade in, they'd give you $2 credit or something. Or pennies, maybe, I don't know, depending on what game you had. So it got to the point where it's I'm just gonna keep my games, thanks. And then they got rid of trade-ins anyway and just did point cards. And again, you had to get a lot of points to even get a $10 off coupon. You had to get 100 something points. So in other words, you're spending a couple $100. This is not doing well.
No. Fudge! He's strong.
Yeah.
I thought I'd give the Green Dragon another go. I was able to get him to sleep, but
yeah,
he then woke up after one attack.
Yeah, bummer. We'll get it eventually.
We will. I'm not ready to quit. It's just, it's different from what we're used to. I know we can defeat the Green Dragon and do whatever is behind him. I was also checking the prices on the armor in that other village.
Yeah.
See, 1,000 for the half plate, 3,000 for the full plate armor.
Wow.
It is expensive. It's very expensive. Yeah. I guess that's what that one guy was doing. Was he would sometimes go into the caves just to get gold. The alternative is to keep fighting bad guys until you reach that milestone, financially speaking.
Yeah.
It is funny when they run away like that.
Yeah.
But that's not the way. It's down further. Although one time I did make this mistake of going way down, and then the bad guys were deadly.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh no.
Yes. That freaked me out a little.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. There's a pain for that one village because that place has the best price for magical keys.
Yeah.
But hey, I was able to beat that skeleton in 2 hits, so I must be improving. Fight this ghost.
Yeah. You know that I had no idea that McDonald's was, had previously been trying out AI in some of its locations.
Really?
I did not know this, but yeah, apparently
Oh my god.
they recently, their contract was up and they decided not to renew it. But I had read that apparently they did that, and understandably it did not go well to have the AI take people's orders because it messed it up.
Yeah.
Like, one person who, what she ordered, I think she got like a meal and ice cream, and it gave her ice cream and several packets of butter, I think it was.
What?
Yeah, and then somebody else, the AI read the order as like 50 orders of chicken nuggets.
My God.
And obviously, neither of those orders were correct, so then it was just more work for the worker there because they had to manually fix it all. This was apparently a contract with IBM, and McDonald's thankfully decided not to renew the contract.
Ugh. Awful. How do you mess up an ice cream?
I don't know if you're a computer, I guess.
Yeah, I would think that ice cream, we've gotten to the point where ice creams are easy peasy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the rich programmers were jumping to AI too quickly.
Yes.
And I think they should read the writing on the wall and take several steps back.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a problem. And I kind of feel like AI, with what I'm hearing now, is not going to be a problem in the way we were initially assuming.
Aha.
Like, I feel like the common consensus is we're all freaking out that AI is going to take everybody's jobs. Whereas I think, what it seems like right now the actual problem will be is that instead of making less work for people, it's going to make more work for people. Because the AI is just not good enough right now to do the job well. So, when the AI makes a mistake and the person has to fix it, that's just double the work.
Yeah.
And it costs, it's extra time, so that costs extra money. So,
if there's anything I know about private businesses, they don't like spending more money than they need to.
right. And even the big chain businesses, like we could see with McDonald's, their reaction was, we're not renewing the contract, because it's like, it's just better to have the human take the order.
Yes.
Like, I know McDonald's has the kiosks, and those work, but the kiosks aren't really a big deal, because you still have the person making the food. And when you're at the drive-thru, I think what this was is the AI was taking drive-thru orders, which is, of course it's a mess.
Yep.
Especially since I question if the AI is able to understand everything that's being said, like all the different voice types, and, picking up on, uniqueness of human voice, like accents, or muffled speaking, or things a person would be able to pick up on that the computer would be like, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? So, but yeah, definitely in the creative venue, we're still very worried.
Because it would take other people's creativity and merely imitate it.
Yeah, exactly, and it could do it in a matter of seconds, whereas art takes time, it takes resources, and it takes money. So
Yes.
between that and with Google shoving AI advice down your throat whenever you look something up,
Yeah.
and people have already pointed out that it's not all accurate stuff. I think people are going to get annoyed enough where the people that are in a high enough position are going to say, this has got to stop. This is nonsense. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that
Same.
McDonald's making this decision will be a sign that maybe we aren't heading towards the dark times, that maybe we can stop it from coming,
Yeah.
and that hopefully we will. It's just that you have to find one smart person that's high enough on the food chain to do it, and get
Yes.
his friends that are actually smart, because not all rich people are idiots.
Yes, exactly.
A lot of them are, but not all rich people.
There are still a few who still use those petty, common people, I joke, peasant things like logic and
Yes.
common sense.
And it's so funny because in the ancient times that was associated with the rich people, because only the rich people could afford to be educated.
Yeah. Because
Which is still kind of the case, but we have a thing called common sense in the modern day.
it should be easy to get that.
I'm not saying ancient people were stupid, obviously
No,
they
they
weren't.
aren't. No, they weren't.
That's not what I mean.
We've now come to farther conclusions in even historical research that they were not stupid. They
Yeah.
had early intelligence and creative design, but you had to have had knowledge or skill to.
Yep. And I think if somebody hadn't inadvertently burned down the Library of Alexandria, we would have realized that they had a lot more intelligence than we
yes.
knew. Yes, I'm calling you out. You know who you are.
Yes.
I doubt you're watching this from the great beyond.
Yeah, I have a high job.
It would be kind of weird if they were.
Yeah, it would be. Just trying to defeat this little bat.
Yes, I always call out Roman emperors. That's a thing I do.
That's okay. I do the same.
Especially when I end up learning more and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just sad. I think we all made the assumption, and apologies in advance to my Greek mythology fanboys and girls with what I'm about to say, but I think we all kind of made the assumption that Greek mythology was a lot more forward-thinking than it actually is.
Yeah.
I think we thought because they had gods and goddesses that they weren't, going to be sexist, but I do feel like the writing is very sexist. And yes, I'm calling it writing because that's what it is. They're from poems of Greek mythology, so yeah. But that's my problem with a lot of dogmatic religions, a lot of the older religions, is a lot of them do have sexism in them, and I just can't I don't feel that way. I can't feel that way, so and it seems like it also suffered from changing with the times. Because it sounds like, based on what I was reading, eventually, even when the Romans adapted it, they eventually got to the point where they felt like, oh, we're too smart for that.
Aha.
Yeah.
That leaves a problem.
And same with Greeks, too. Some of the Greek philosophers kind of evolved to be like, oh, these are just silly fantasy stories.
That's a shame.
Yeah. And that kind of thinking makes me wonder if... I think that's honestly one of the ways a religion becomes a mythology.
Yes.
You know, is that the people just stop believing it. And it just happens gradually over time. And then we look back at it and we call it a mythology instead of a religion because there aren't enough people currently practicing it, if there's anybody at all.
Of course, these days we have people trying to bring some of those mythologies back into proper religions, but...
And I say we should exercise caution.
Yes.
Especially because we're dealing with translated works. I mean, because I think even if you're a Greek person, that the language is not the same. I think a lot of it was translated into Latin, maybe?
Yes.
Now, Latin doesn't... I get that Latin doesn't change, because it's a dead language, but I feel like whenever you are translating something, especially multiple times, it changes, and you do have the risk of being a little bit separated from the actual meaning. And also, the lack of relevant context. I don't know if we could have a religion like the ancient Greek religion in this day and age. I'm not really sure how it would function.
Yeah, I wonder that too.
I think it is absolutely great fiction. And it's great in terms of studying the religions that people had at that time. I'm glad that I was finally away from people who were obsessing over it enough where I could finally sit down and read that book that my mom gave me when I was like 10.
Wow.
I could not believe it, but yes, I've literally had this book that long.
You've had this book for 20 years now?
Yeah, over 20 years.
Right, 24.
Yes. Exactly. But when I looked at the copyright, it hit me that, yep, I've had it a long time because it was published. This book is extremely old, but I don't think it matters because it's not going to change much.
Yeah.
Other than we might find more stuff to add.
Yeah. Which it might be because I know they're studying excavations in Greece and in Pompeii. We're learning more and more.
Yes, we're learning more about the people of Pompeii, which is really cool.
I agree.
But yes, the book was originally written in 1940, and then it was updated a few times, with the latest update being 99. So that's how I realized. Oh yeah, I've had this since I was 10 because, it wasn't brand new when my mom bought it, so it makes sense to me that, yeah, it was probably just a year old. So yeah, the fact that even me at 10 couldn't read the book because I'm like, oh, everybody obsesses over Greek mythology, yeah.
And to be fair, they did.
Yeah, the fact that I was over it at 10 kind of gives you an idea of the kind of people I was surrounded by.
Yeah.
And it's fun to, like, I knew it's obvious to me, but it's fun to, like, be like, yeah, here's what Disney's Hercules got wrong.
I find that funny, too, to be honest, when you tell me that stuff.
What's more tragic to me is when another Greek hero does something and they give Hercules credit, like, in properties like Disney. Just because they're like, this is a cool thing and we want to put it in our movie. or just things that made more sense in the Disney movie story to change, like Hercules going through Hades to save somebody he fell for, rather than just saving somebody else's wife, which is originally what he did. Yeah, a great friend of his, he saved her. He also saved a fellow male comrade, so, who... And it's sad, because these stories probably would have... They should have incorporated him in the TV show. Now, I haven't seen every single episode of the Hercules TV show, but...
True.
I'm pretty sure they did not incorporate a lot of this stuff, and probably the funniest thing they did was naming Hercules' mentor after the guy who was actually a follower of Hercules, who was actually more like a pupil of Hercules'. So
it was the other way around.
It's quite funny to me that they did that.
Yes.
I'm like, they just did that because...
You must educate Icarus. Sorry, I'm imitating the TV show.
It's okay. Yeah, and randomly throwing Icarus in there. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Icarus? I mean, I feel bad for Icarus, but he plays such a minor role. He's in one story. As far as I know. Now you Greek mythology experts correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's only in one story.
Yeah.
And he
Poor guy.
tragically meets his end by not listening to
I guess
his father's advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget his dad's name.
I forgot his dad's name too, but he was like a great inventor.
Yeah.
And
I know Copernicus is wrong. That was the astrologer from Poland.
yes. Gosh, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. There were so many names. Oh, and it was funny to me because, a lot of the names are like fancy and exotic sounding. But in the Battle of Troy, there is one guy, I think it was the Battle of Troy, who has, I don't remember which story, but basically the guy's name is Jason. And I just found it, I'm like, we have all these, like, unusual names, and then we have Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Jason, it's a cool name, it just really stands out,
It does kind of.
in that.
That's okay.
It's funny too.
It is funny.
Yeah.
Kind of like in our Final Fantasy episodes.
Yeah.
We have.
I gave these cool names and you're like,
And I felt a little ashamed and embarrassed.
it's okay. It's okay.
Because here I was with, you were with the cool names like Bandit for the Bandit, Bianca for the White Mage, Kudo for the Dark Mage.
Yeah.
And here I am with John.
And our valiant hero, John. It's okay. It makes him feel like a self-insert, doesn't it?
Yes. It does.
But that's okay. We're almost out of time.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
I'm like, when are we going to progress?
further. Yeah,
Yes.
I did get all the treasure in that one cave that I missed, I think.
Yeah.
I think the magical cave is down here, and oh my god, there's a metal scorpion. But I'm hoping that my strength had improved enough that I'm better at fighting these guys. Like, I was better at the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And skeletons are now easy
Yeah.
as butter, so...
Yeah.
Oh, wow! I defeated him!
Yeah.
I got 35 gold from that. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, actually, basically out of time. But
Wrath is a little tougher, though.
Yeah.
Oh, good, I beat him.
Yay.
Might as well use the herb. Oh, yeah, I should have checked how much. Skill, fighter's rank, staff's rank. Oh, I need to get dragon moons if we're gonna wrap things up.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I guess I'll end this here for now.
Alright.
Alright, guys. We will see you in the next episode.
See you too, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.